Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and this is my match preview of Shrewsbury Town versus our very own Wolverhampton Wanderers in the fourth round of the FA. So obviously Shrewsbury, we haven't had that many local derbies this year because we're pretty much the only Midland side other than Leicester in the Premier League. And obviously we knew that Shrewsbury were going to have a replay with Stoke, so we're going to get a local derby in the FA Cup, albeit away from home. And Shrewsbury, they've come through 5 rounds pretty much, or 4. This will be their 4th or 5th round that they're playing in to get this far. You include the replay with Stoke as well. They did absolutely phenomenally well. They were literally 2-0 down to Stoke with something like 18 minutes to go away from home. And they turned it around and won 3-2, which is fantastic for them. They have got a great little ground. They used to, I think they moved ground not so many years ago because they had a lot of flooding. They got a new modern ground, and Wolves under Nuno have actually played there. It was Nuno's first match in charge on British soil when they took on pre-season friendly in the Championship last year against Shrewsbury, and if memory serves me correct, Shrewsbury won that game 2-0. Obviously much has changed since then. Wolves went on that year to win the Championship at a canter. Shrewsbury in League One, they have got a very good home record. I think they've only lost 2 home games this season. It's going to be a full house in Shrewsbury. Obviously Wolves, I think, have about 1,000-1,500 allocation, but there's a lot of Wolves fans in Shrewsbury. I would not be surprised at all that there's going to be a load of Wolves fans intermingled in the home end as well as the away end. We have a good rapport with Shrewsbury, and Shrewsbury generally have a good rapport with Wolves. There's a lot of respect there. There's a lot of love between the two clubs as well, for both sets of supporters. Obviously Shrewsbury fans will be, it's a big game for them. They'll be wanting to not only put on a performance but knock out Premier League opposition, even more so that it's their closest Premier League team. And of course there's a lot that link the two teams. Ricketts is the manager there, and he was instrumental as captain in Wolves' League One promotion season. Him and Kenna Jackett pretty much, you know, led the team, and Wolves eventually winning that at a canter with a record point haul of 103 to get promoted. And Ricketts, you know, was massive in his experience bringing through the youth and helping gel the side. He's gone on into management at Wrexham, and he's moved across to Shrewsbury to develop his career, and he's obviously had mixed results whilst he's there. They've literally just purchased Dave Edwards, dangerous Dave Edwards, Wolves legend, who for nigh on 10 years, and Dave Edwards is a Shrewsbury boy. That's his club at heart, and obviously he's two loves in terms of his teams that he's got affiliations to. Especially, I know he obviously played recently for Reading, but they will be Shrewsbury and Wolves. Unfortunately Dave is going to be out of the game with a groin injury, but I'm sure he's going to have a big part to play on the day, and he's going to be enjoying the experience of being there and seeing his 2 favourite clubs head to head. I'm not sure which of those 2 sides he'll be rooting for, but there's only one side that I'm going to be rooting for, and that is obviously Wolverhampton Wanderers. So in terms of team news and team selection, there's 2 players that didn't play in the under-23 today. One of them's Ryan Giles, and there's another player which I can't think of it off the top, but I think he's a defender that haven't played today, so they may be in the squad. In terms of team news for Wolves, obviously I think that Ruddy's a shoe-in to be in the sticks, but I'm hoping that Wolves play a pretty strong team. Let's face it guys, we're not going to win the Premier League this year. We're not going to get into the Champions League slots this year. We may just get on the tailspins of Europe. Hey, if we win the FA Cup, we're in Europe anyway. And obviously we do want to finish as high as possible, and we could finish probably as high as 7th. But to me, our main, you know, we're pretty much safe, and we're going to hopefully have a good, successful end to the season in the Premier League and finish as high as possible. But we're in a fantastic position, because that takes all the pressure away. They can really focus on trying to go as far as we can and even win the FA Cup. And Wolves currently, as we stand, are 6th favourites, and we haven't been that high up ranked for many years. I was at the last semi-final that Wolves got to, which was at Villa Park against Arsenal, where there was, obviously, I think Bully didn't get in the starting line. It was all surprised, and we lost that game 1-0. That's as far as we've gone in years and years and years and years. I think I've said it before on the last vlog, on my bucket list, and one of my dreams is for Wolves to get to an FA Cup final at Wembley and to sing goodbye with me. That would be, for me, so emotional, and hopefully I'm going to have many years for that to happen, but my dad's obviously a lot older, so, you know, I'd love that to be as soon as possible, and why can't it be this year? So, team selection at the back, I think Cody's going to start, Bennett's going to start. Who's going to start at left back, I'm not sure. Would it be that 23 player that I can't remember the name of? They didn't play yesterday. Will it be Saiz? Will it be Dendoncker? In the middle, I think Morgan Gibbs-White will probably start. I think Dendoncker will play. I'm not 100% sure that Neves will start the game. Reason for thinking this is that it's a tight pitch. Neves is great for pinging the ball away, especially on larger pitches like Molineux and Premier League, but it is a tight pitch, so I'm not so sure whether he will play Neves from the start. In terms of the wing backs, I think Ruben Vinagre is pretty much going to start, and then it's obviously Jota or Doherty. Ryan Giles, who knows if he might actually make an appearance at the starting lineup, or I expect he will be on the bench. And then up front, to me, I want to stick with Jimenez. I know we've got a game against West Ham, but, you know, Jimenez links the play up. I can't see Jota starting, but I can see the likes of Cav, Costa or Traore starting, so that's what I think. So I think hopefully it's going to be a strong team, and, you know, we take it really seriously, and as long as we do not underestimate Shrewsbury, and we have the right application, the right state of mind, we play the football, and we go out there and play in the right manner, we should win the game. So I am going to predict, hopefully, a hard fought, but in the end comfortable 3-0 victory to Wolves. Shrewsbury may nick a goal. I do not want us to be knocked out by Shrewsbury at this stage in any way, shape or form. Respect to Shrewsbury, but Wolves have the right application and they play the right side, and we go with, you know, it's a strong side. We should, as the Premier League team, have too much for Shrewsbury, but make no mistakes, this is the FA Cup, and shocks and giant killings do as happened in the last room, and we've got to be really wary of that. But I am going with the Wolves win, and I'm going to go, as I said, 3-0 or maybe 3-1. Leave your thoughts below on the score, and also who you think the first goal scorer is going to be, and who you'd have in the team. So yeah, up for the cup. Come on, Wolves. Let's just stress-free. Just no stress. Let's get through and into the next round and see where we go from there. Come on.